Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. What's up, Rusty? You found the iced tea de tough. Tough. This is my Wolfie Wolf. See how she is Wolfie. Korean Black says, ah. Oh, so Rusty, you found bitter melon gourd tea? Get away from my drink. Cats are naturally curious creatures, and so they get into things. Belly, Sulfan, what language is that? Nico Game says hello. Apparently, it's the name of a film.
Last idea. Darwood.
Come a waltzing Matilda with me. That was Slim Dusty's Waltzing Matilda, for those of you uninitiated, which is the unofficial anthem of Australia and one of the greatest songs ever made. So, I am doing a daytime live, which is very abnormal for me. It is 3:30 in the afternoon in Los Angeles. For those of you who are tuning in, ow, ow. There are only two of you now. I guess that means I'll make this one short. Is anybody out there? One of my computers appears to have lost power. I cannot see why. Michelle Gonzalez says, "Ah, what's up?" Has anyone heard the latest crazy news? I mean, I can't keep it all straight anymore. How am I doing? I'm doing okay. How are you doing? I've got my kitty cat. I've got my Wolfie. AJ is either a top or a bottom. Gonzalez says Wolfie is so cute. She's a melanistic tabby, is what she is. And she is one of the most loving animals I have ever owned. Not the most. That one goes to a cat that was named Bob Denver, but, well, no, that goes to a cat named Hyde, but... Now she's getting on me. No, not on the keyboard. How's everybody doing this St. Patrick's Day? Are you getting ready to get very, very drunk? I mean, I'm not. AJ, is there a lot of pollen in LA, like for allergy sufferers? Not in central Los Angeles, no. Gonzalez has subbed. Thank you very much. That is good for the environment because for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase a bracelet from 4Ocean, which will pull a pound of trash out of the ocean. Caleb, Richard, do you think I should drink a pint of Guinness since it's St. Patrick's Day? Remember, I'm 14, disabled in a lot of ways. No, I do not think you should drink a pint of Guinness. Save that for when you're 21. You've got plenty of time in your life to kill your brain cells. Okay? And anybody who gives you a pint of Guinness could get in trouble. Caleb, holidays are not a time to be irresponsible because irresponsibility breeds tragedy. Uh, Gonzalez, what did you do to celebrate St. Patrick's Day? I reviewed the Shamrock McFlurry on my blog. Caleb, what about a sip of Guinness? Who's giving you this Guinness, Caleb? Gonzalez, nice. Was it? No, it was okay. I mean, look, I've never been a fan of Shamrock Shakes. I'm a fan of St. Patrick's Day. I mean, I used to have a whole get-up with this green beaded tie and, this corduroy green suit, and I would show up places basically as a giant leprechaun. And, I mean, I loved St. Patrick's Day. But I've never been a fan of the Shamrock stuff from McDonald's. And the mint iced coffee from Jack in the Box, oh, was it bad. Caleb, I got a lot of supplies for everything in my school. Unless Guinness is one of those supplies, Caleb, it doesn't make sense. Amazing Amanda says, Happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. How drunk will you be? I mean, will you be fall asleep on the couch drunk or dance naked on the car drunk? That's the question. Yeah, mint iced coffee, nasty. And it didn't taste like coffee. It tasted like mint and sugar. Amazing Amanda, OMG, did you see that lot? Oh my god, embarrassed now. Is that different for any of your other lives? No drinking, I had enough. Caleb, Homer Simpson drunk or Barney Gumble drunk? Amazing Amanda says yes. Come here, Skittles. Come on. It's okay. Joshua Schoenberg, are you Peter Griffin? No, I am not. Amazing Amanda, yes, it was, and I won't make it public. Well, not for the moment. Skittles, say hello. Yes, good Skittles. Good Skittles. She's not really a cuddler, Skittles. Amazing Amanda, do not ask me how the little kitty was. And I do mean was. Feeling rather depressed, to be completely honest with you folks. Ramen Lover, as a British person, I find it so funny how many in the U.S. hold the claim of being half Irish, quarter Irish ek. If you have Irish, chances are English and Scottish in you too. In fact, mostly Italian. Yeah. See, that's the thing, is my genetic profile doesn't very much say Irish. It says British, which is not just English. Britain is the larger whole of the islands. Schemberger, it's not Joshua, it's Joe, so Joe, then C, the Josia. Josia. What kind of a name is that? Amazing Amanda, she's so beautiful. Yeah, Skittles. Skittles is certainly a charmer, but she's just she's just not very sociable. She doesn't like being picked up. You know, doesn't like to sit in my lap. Flipping out because I'm scratching her back, sticking her butt up in the air. Um, it's one for all. Didn't know you were on during the day. I rarely am. Um, my shift got canceled for the night, so I mean, normally today I would be working a night shift, so I'd be sleeping to get ready for it, but they canceled my shift, so I figured jump on and live stream during the day, see if maybe some other people are around. Ramen lover. We in Britain are made up of Celts, Vikings, and Romans. Celts. I don't know. It just said British for a large portion, and my ancestry can be traced back to the original Mormon colonists. Skittles is like, you're delicious. Num 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 num. You taste like human. Caleb, how many cats have you had in your house in your life? Well over 50. Taking care of a lot of cats, dude. I mean, there was one time I had a choice. It was a really ugly choice. I had the choice of either one, I take care of some cats, or two, a man in a wheelchair sleeps on the street. So it wasn't much of a choice, but it was an ugly choice. So I wound up taking care of the cats. Super Smasher, good morning, evening. Amazing Amanda, all sit in your lap. Lol. You're kind of a distance. I don't remember Skittles ever being this affectionate. She is just going, hey, what's up, man? Got any more of that back scratching? That back scratching action? Yeah. See, second I pick her up, she starts crying. She got a pretty face, dude. That's just adorable. Isn't she just adorable? Yeah. Yeah. You're just my little sweetheart. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Cat ass. Oh, where was I? Caleb, do you still have Wolfie Wolf? Yeah, she's right up here, looking down at me. Feeling a little jealous. But I still have my Wolfie Wolf and her son Berry Bear. Make pasta gaming. How many cats do you have? I don't know. In fact, I just realized Skittles here is pregnant. And I mean, getting them fixed is difficult process at this point because I work all the time. I could spend a lot of money to get them fixed at a regular vet, or I could have a vet where I drop them off during in the morning and then pick them up at night. But I have to have a day where they have to have an appointment, and then I have to have a day where I can show up and drop them off at like 10 in the morning or earlier, and then pick them up around 6. So it can't be like there's 5 days out of the week that's not going to happen. It's one for all. How do you with spice roux? How you do with spice rich? Destroy a moth with the hot ones Pringles low. You know, I have two flavors of Hot Ones Pringles to try on Random Street Theater, and I have not opened them yet. I don't do well with spice normally. I'm not really a spice kind of a guy. I'm actually pretty bland in a lot of my cooking. Um, I used to cook a lot more, and I used to actually grow my own peppers. But then my brother moved out, and I don't eat peppers, so I don't grow them anymore. Edge Robotnik. Hello, Richard, and cute cat. She's just adorable. Amazing Man, it says lol, cutie cat. Yeah. Skittles was named on a live stream, believe it or not. I said, what should we call her? And they said, Skittles! And I'm like, okay, that works. Amazing, Super Smasher, she's so cute I'm crying. Really, dude? Amazing Amanda, she's so beautiful. It's one for all. Dogs are better. Yeah, I mean, I didn't buy any of these cats, dude. I didn't get any. They showed up. Skittles, don't eat that. Caleb, you get along with my Kukum very well. She is from Corpus Christi, Texas, and she also has basically a mini cat sanctuary in her house. A lot of us do. Amazing Amanda, over $200 to get a cat fixed here. Yeah, it's more around $300 here. McPasta Gaming, oh damn, lol. Caleb, it's about 9K to get a cat fixed here if I'm correct. Dang. Caleb, can I get my fishes fixed? I don't know, ask a vet. Rusty Dog, have a break, have a Kit Kat. Kit's up there. Pasta Gaming, I love all furry babies. It's all for one, you say you're in LA, yes I am. And my cats are surrounding me. Rags is the one that chewed me up so bad. She really don't like being picked up. Rusty Dog, thank you for supporting furries. Amazing Amanda, I'm doing laundry. Well, in a way, we're all doing laundry. Get off. Get off. All my friends are Skittles, don't you know? It's one for all. How do you deal with so many people? I'm up near Yosemite. I'd go insane in LA. You know, I've lived here all my life, so that sort of thing doesn't bother me. I mean, Yosemite is a beautiful place, but there are a lot of tourists, aren't there? I know I've been one of them. Been a long time since I've been to Coulter's Hell. Amazing man, I'll do your laundry. I don't think you want to mess with that. What do you use to get cat pee smell out of things, Amanda? Because I use ammonia. I found it's what works the best. Rusty Dog says, hi, Amanda. Amazing Amanda says she doesn't like people. Rusty Dog, I had a cat, but a snake killed it. Amanda, lucky I'm a furry. Amazing Amanda, baking soda for cat pee. You know, I've never had that work for me. Caleb, go to Tokyo, Japan if you want, and really tiny place that's extremely populated. Eh. Amazing Amanda, cat pee in clothes or floor, in clothing, in cloth, in towels. I mean, it's not, it's it's in towels basically. That's my big thing is that, you know, my cats tend to pee on my towels. Except for Valentine, he just pees everywhere. Rusty Dog, U.S. made better cartoons than Japan. U.S. made higher quality cartoons typically. Japan is known for more partial animation, although there are high quality cartoons and low quality cartoons on both sides. Oh, sing Matilda, our Mustafa flees. Mustafa flees is one of the two Sniffle sisters. So I got another question. Does anybody know how to deal with congestion in a cat? Because I'm thinking I'm going to stick them in the amazing amount of use cold water, a little bleach, with lots of laundry soap and cat pee for clothing. One thing you should try using, Amanda, is actually industrial vinegar. And you can purchase this typically at the grocery store. I get mine at Stater Brothers, or they actually have it at the Dollar Tree, but the Stater Brothers stuff is a lot stronger. And it's vinegar that is so concentrated that it cannot be used for food, but this cats are knocking things over. But the vinegar is highly concentrated and will remove the pee smell. For some reason, however, ammonia tends to work better. I am currently experimenting with borax. Yes, vinegar and baking soda cleans out sinks, pipes. I've used that on many occasions. Of course, something weird happened to me at work. You know, there was this toilet that was plugged up for like a week. And I thought somebody was playing a prank. I thought somebody kept plugging it up. So they happened to leave the grabber tool, you know, for picking up like trash in the bathroom. So I actually reached into the toilet with the grabber tool, pulled out the clog, and dumped it in the trash. It was just paper. And then I went and I told the supervisor, and he's like, "Wow, I called a plumber to fix that. You just saved me $400." And I'm still trying to wrap my head around calling a plumber for a clogged toilet. Rusty Dog, you have a poltergeist. No, I have cats. Cats. I have cats. Amazing Amanda, safer than Drano. Yes, it is. Caleb, speaking of poltergeist, the skeleton in that one scene are real. Yes, they came from India. Rusty Dog tastes better than Drano too. Okay. Amazing Amanda, he should have given you the 400 bucks. I would have been happy if he had kicked me down with like a bar, because there's a bar in this building that he manages. So I'd have been happy if he had kicked me down with like a bottle of Grey Goose or something. But thankless job. Norver, well. Vel. That's a very deep subject. Look who's back. So, have any of you guys seen the new Captain America? When did Captain America have wings? What's up with that? Caleb, also the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at every single Disneyland park would wide as real. I don't know if that's true. I'd have to look that one up. Norver, yeah. Amazing Amanda, Richard, go see my post real quick. Let's see here. Are you dancing naked on a car? Okay. My computer's feeling a little slow. You know there's more than one Amazing Amanda? There's like a whole bunch of you. Posts. Okay. Echinacea Gold Seal Blend. Immune Health. Vegetarian Capsules. Okay, so what do? Do you put that in their food? Where was I? Rusty Dog. The set of Poultrygeist had a curse on it. Amazing Man. I give them to my cats when they are sick. Again, how do you give them to the cats? Do you put it in their food, or do you just like stick it in front of them, or? Caleb, I've seen the Captain America where he fights Nazis. That's it? No. The new one, he fights Red Hulk. Caleb, I've seen the Captain America. Richard, I have family members who died in Auschwitz. What about you? We don't know. All I know about my Jewish family is that my grandparents fled the Holocaust. That is the extent of it. I think I met my grandfather once before he died. My family did not get along, so they weren't very close. Amazing Amanda, there are more than one of them. WTF. Caleb, I knew it was a lie when you said you one of a kind. Yeah. Amazing Amanda, yes, you open the capsules and the powder you just put in their food. It tastes good to them. Only use one capsule a day. You can put it in their water. Okay. That's definitely something I want to try then, because yeah, Ghost and Heart are having real bad flu right now, and they're just boogering all over the place. So their sinuses are full. You can always look it up too. It will tell you it's good for them. Okay. Ramen lover. My daughter saw a ghost in the Whitechapel in Mitre Square. The fourth Ripper victim was murdered there. She didn't know and said a rough man with a red handkerchief was staring at us and looking angry. Hmm. Rusty Dog. I had an uncle who was taken prisoner by the Japanese and tortured on the Burma Railway. Oh, that's rough. Amazing Amanda. I use it every day. It's about $6 a bottle. You can get it almost any grocery store. Mm. It comes in liquid. You can get it in an eyedropper form. Wow. Okay, my Echinacea Golden Sealed Blend has already been ordered and is on its way. Rusty Dog, his thumb was burnt off. Ow. Amazing Amanda, glad your chat is decent today. Yeah, me too. Amazing Amanda, yep, you can just can't tell you the dosage though on the liquid. It will save lives with cats 100%. Is that a lung on your screen? It's concrete, actually. What I do is I take photographs and then I make false colors of them. So I super saturate the color. And there goes everything. And when I super saturate the color, it often brings out images that were previously not there. I don't know if I can really give you guys a very good example. Rusty Dog, a concrete lug giggle. Amazing Amanda, I will have live later. Live later, you want to say hello. It's the adult live, but I would love to see you there. Yeah, I mean, I will try to make it, but much to do and very little time to do it, unfortunately. Okay. So, like here, we zoom in. All right, so this is a photograph of a concrete support to a electrical tower. All right. Now let me let me somewhat saturate it. You can see the veins in the concrete. Now here's what it looks like super saturated. All right. You can see that there's a very large variation in color. You know, like if you look at this, you could barely see it, but there are these points where cracks have formed, and there's like a rust inside. And now you take that away, okay, and it all just looks gray. But as you make it more, like I could try turning up the vibrance, and you could almost no difference whatsoever. And there's even like hue, you can change the hue, but it's that super saturation that gives you a completely different image. And then what I do is I will look for things that have meaning to me within this image. That's not a great example either, because there was a crack in concrete, and I took a picture of the crack, and then I put it in my computer and I super saturated it. Amazing Amanda, I know no promises, still love you as amazing. Sounds like there was a dirty joke in there that I missed. Amazing Amanda, it looks cool. I like it. I have no idea how to do that stuff. It's just Photoshop. I mean, it's not rocket science. Rusty Dog, what program do you use for that? I use Adobe. I mean, it's like here's another from the same bit of concrete, you know? And so I took the picture. This is more of what I was taking a picture of, which is just the crack in the concrete. And I have sort of an obsession with the impact of time on objects, so I do that a lot. If I see something broken, I like to take pictures of it. Amazing Amanda, that one is awesome. Love the green, yeah. Me too. You know, it's like, this is just a grassy field here, okay? And you see these darker patches are clover. Or like this, you know, this is just a rusty bin, and the paint is coming off, and that's these smooth areas you see here. These smoother areas are just the paint, and then these areas here are the rust. But if you look, the varying thicknesses of rust leave very different color patterns when you supersaturate them. So Jake Grizzle says Cowabunga. Amazing Amanda says that's awesome. Rusty Dog. Prancer was the brown-nosed reindeer. Rudolph kept stopping suddenly. But yeah, you know, you see these varying images. I mean, here almost all the paint is gone. But this is a scratch mark that left a different color. Like there's bits of paint here and bits of paint here. So I just I thought that this sort of thing was very interesting to me, you know, and I could get a lot of different colors out of the hue. Like this one is Warrior in Magenta, you know, I've named them. And like this one, to me, this looks like the head of some kind of a grazing animal, so I named it Grazer. Can you do that with human faces? I guess. I don't know if I have any human faces that I photographed. I don't really interact with people that much, to be honest with you. Okay, so all right, so here I am at work. There is my fatness. You can see the resemblance. And that's all what a supersaturation on a human face looks like. You know, it's not terribly interesting. I mean, you can change the balance, and that will destroy the supersaturation. But so yeah, I mean, human faces rarely have the intimacies. You know, but again, I post one of these every day. Like this, this is actually tree bark. You know, it's all just, you know, the way the light hits it and the hue that's given it. Or like, I'm sure you guys remember these pipes. You know, I was just at work and I saw a bunch of pipes and I said, I want to take a picture of that, and then I took a picture. Amazing Amanda, tree bark. Well, yeah, it's tree bark of a dead tree, and the tree had um, turkey tail growing off of it. So originally, I was there taking pictures of the turkey tail. Like, this is just white paint, you know. And if you look at this, like, okay, first you would think this is a mouth and a nose, but what this is a bolt right here, and a washer around it, and the paint has been damaged and rust has come through. So that's why it looks that way. Rusty Dog, you can do art out of most anything. Amazing Amanda, lol, that's cute. Cool, yeah. Um, like, you know, all this is condensation. I think it was on dark tinted glass. Amazing Amanda would have never got a bolt out of that. Yeah, if you had seen the original, probably you would have. But I mean, you know, here's a very clear shot. You know, this is just flowers, and this was taken outside of a um, Smart and Final. You know, just one morning. One morning, um, this one's Kit, not Skittles. But yeah, one morning I was just shopping and I saw flowers and I was like, I want to take a picture of that. And then this one, I've changed the green to yellow. And it's like if you look at this one's very obvious because the pollinators, the male part of the plant is actually blue as opposed to yellow. Or here's a cyan, it's just, that's what happens when you change the hue. This is all my blog, photographs of a mad Richard. And I do try to keep themed. Like, if you look at my October, that's blood on my finger. This was a decoration. I just got a close up and then changed the color. That's just a mushroom. You know? And this is just a tree. That's all it is. It's a trunk of a tree. Very simple, but if you false color it, you can really get a lot of images. You really get a lot of images out of what you see. I mean, it's like this is Christmas lights on someone's lawn. That's all it is. I do have a couple more standard photographs, up there. You know, walked around at Christmas, took pictures of things. Amazing Amanda, tree looks cool. Yeah, really like that particular image. And like this is also from a Christmas tree. And what I've done here is just crank up the vibrance so the colors are a little more clear. But yeah, I mean, that's all it is. You know, something you got to understand about me is I kind of have an addiction to artistic release. So I like to create. Creation is part of my nature. So whether I'm pouring a drink or making a meal or something like that, I like to create. I like to make beauty or see beauty from a different perspective. That's who I am as a person. I also like to cuddle my kitties. Jersey 22. Aw, hell, another round I see. Amazing Amanda. We should create together. Um, yeah, maybe. Oh, I had to say it. She's purring. Amazing Amanda, I always love getting a smile from you. Yeah, I don't do that very often, do I? Kit's not the biggest cuddler in the world, but she does enjoy a good cuddle every now and then. And she's got blackheads on her chin. Alright, guys, we've got about 5 minutes left. I tend to do these for an hour. John, hello, sir. What's going on, John? We've got about 5 minutes left. So, last call for questions. And then I get to go give Kit a snack. Yes. Kit's going, where's my snack, Richard? Amazing Amanda, 5 mins. Okay, I'll start. Lol, not gonna say it. John, I hope your day goes well. Yeah, me too. Appreciate that. Amazing Amanda, I had a great time talking today. Well, it's always good to see you, Amanda. MJ, how many cats do you have? I don't know. As I said, Skittles is apparently pregnant again. I've really got to get her fixed. But I mean, to give you an idea, there are 4, 5, 6, 7 cats in this room that I can identify. Well, that I can see. It's Skittles, Wolf, Mistopheles, Kit, Eva. I believe that's Doodle and Storm. Doodle does not like to cuddle either, so she does not. She does not come into my lap. John, do you worry about losing some cats sometimes? Dude, I lose cats all the time. It's kind of why I have so many. My neighbors hate cats. Sometimes random people adopt my cats. I have cats that disappear and then come back. You know. But to be honest with you, I need to adopt out most of these cats anyway, so, you know, the ones that stay are meant to be mine. Amazing Amanda, give the kitties a kiss for me later. Don't ask. John, oh, I see. Yeah, you know, look. Okay. When I was a kid, I had a cat. We had one cat. Her name was Duchess. And she was so sick at the end that she could hardly move. No one bothered her. She died, I think I was maybe 12 or 13. Didn't get another cat until college. Oh, no. Around the turn of the century, my sister got cats. And when she moved out, she took her cats with her. So, you know, then I had one cat, it disappeared. Then I had 4 cats, and one of my neighbors killed 3 of them. He's dead now, so he's roasting in hell. So yeah, my neighbors have always taken this very hostile attitude towards my pets. So, you know, like there are certain animals that just aren't allowed outside for that reason. And they're the ones I'm the most attached to. Roblex Aronlopomen 1461. Do you or you see me? MJ, what did you study in college? Psychology. John, oh, yes, he is definitely in hell. You can say hi to my sister. Amazing Amanda, read above. Richard, I'll see you later, handsome. Much love always. Alright. See you later. I mean, it's 60 minutes now. It's time for me to go, folks. So I will see you all later. Stay safe.